Okay, we're here on the Union side of the street, which is basically the State House side. Most of the Union supporters are on the State House side. Most of the Tea Party supporters are on the Shaw side, just to differentiate them. With this gentleman, and your name, sir?
David.
Okay, David, what brings you down here? I see you're with the Democratic Socialists of America. What brings you down here to protest?
Well, we're supporting this. We're supporting the Wisconsin workers. I mean, we think that they're being basically scapegoated by the governor, and you know, the public workers did not cause the economic crisis. Public workers did not cause the budget crisis. The economic crisis was caused by Wall Street. Our government bailed Wall Street out. Wall Street is now sitting on trillions of dollars in uninvested profits, and now they're coming back to the workers, and they're saying the workers have to give stuff up in order to balance the budget. So we think what they need to do is they need to raise revenue from the people who've got it. They got to tax the rich, basically, and use that money to keep our public services going, because we need the services that are provided by the public sector's union. We need firemen, we need teachers, we need them to be well paid, we need them to know what they're doing, and that's basically why we're here.
Now, apart from the cause itself, as in whether to make the cuts, whether to hit collective bargaining, there's been a lot of talk about the tactics, about the senators leaving the state, about the doctors giving out the sick notes. Taking aside the merits of the case, what do you think of the tactics that have been used?
I think for the representatives to leave the state so they can't get a quorum, I think that's perfectly fine. I think that was a clever tactic. The thing about the doctors, I think, is a urban myth. I don't think that's true. I think there were doctors present, but I don't think they were handing out sick notes to anybody.
All right. Now, how do you think this is going to end?
I don't know. I hope we're going to win.
Now, both in Wisconsin, where you had Tea Party people and Union people protesting, there wasn't any trouble between the two. They were both a little loud, but there was no trouble. I notice over here, both sides are a little loud, but there's no trouble. Are you encouraged by that?
I hope not. I hope there isn't. I mean, the Cairo, they got Mubarak to leave without having to resort to violence, and I hope we can do the same thing here. We should be able to have public debates about public issues without resorting to violence.
Do you think it's a fair statement to compare Walker to Mubarak?
That wasn't exactly my intention.
All right.
I'm just saying that, you know, things. They did an incredible thing. The people of Egypt did an incredible thing without having to resort to violence. And I'm just hoping that we can keep free of violence in our own public debates and disputes in this country.
On a totally different subject, since you mentioned the violence and so forth in the Middle East, in Libya they've been shooting people down in the streets. Are you concerned about? I mean, the uprisings in the Middle East are generally considered a good thing, but are you worried about the tactics being used against the people there?
Of course. When people are getting machine gunned in the streets, of course I worry about it.
Do you think there's anything the U.S. can do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a foreign policy expert. I'm not going to go into that one.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.